Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. We're going to be doing a screen recording. We're going to talk about the brain. And the brain, which is just this large interconnected structure full of several neurons, is what makes us us. The brain is made up of what was once believed to be 100 billion neurons. The actual number is around 86 billion, so it's pretty close. The neurons interconnect and transmit information through synapses or connections with other neurons. And before we go too far into neuron firing, let's cover some basics. We need to cover what the main structural components of a neuron are. So to begin, there's the nucleus. The nucleus is not hexagonal, but this is the shape that came out. The nucleus is the part of the neuron that contains the DNA. It is housed within the cell soma. Going down, there's the axon hillock, the axon itself, which sends the neurotransmitters to other neurons. It branches from the soma, and it begins at the axon hillock and ends at the branches containing the axon terminals. These are what transmit the neurotransmitters in the synaptic cleft. So what is everything else? What is every other part of the neuron? There's a lot pictured here. Surrounding the axon, there's the myelin sheath. The myelin sheath is produced by the oligodendrocytes, and it functions like an insulating material that facilitates fast propagation of an electrical impulse. Decreased myelination of axons and neurons is seen to contribute to motor dysregulation, paralysis, and other symptoms of multiple sclerosis. I was going to draw on the screen here, but apparently I can't. So we're just going to quickly review action potentials. And action potential is a rapid depolarization that causes the potential in a neuron to become temporarily more positive than the outside environment. At the resting potential is around negative 70 millivolts. So when it reaches a certain potential, the neuron will fire. If it doesn't reach it, then it won't fire. That's known basically as the all or none law. The all or none law also states that it fires to the same amount no matter what. It doesn't fire to just like halfway, 3/4 of the way, it fires all the way. Resting potential is usually at negative 70 millivolts, and then it fires. When it fires, there's a depolarization and it goes up to positive 30 millivolts, and then it shoots back down to below negative 70 millivolts. During this time, it enters the refractory period. The refractory period is when potassium ions rapidly exit the neuron, returning a negative charge within the neuron. During this time, the neuron resists producing another action potential. And then after the refractory period, the neuron returns to a resting potential. So it's covered with these myelin sheaths. Myelin sheathing increases the speed of conductance of an action potential down a neuron, and the action potentials occur at the nodes of Ranvier, pictured here, where the depolarization is carried through the myelin sheathing to the next node where another action potential occurs. This jumping of action potentials from one node to another is referred to as saltatory conduction. Last but not least, we have the dendrites. Those receive information from other neurons. Dendrites have small stems that grow along the length of the dendritic branches. The membranes of the dendrites contain proteins called receptors that neurotransmitters can activate. These are important to consider in terms of medications. Think SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SNRIs, and what those medications do is they block the reuptake of the serotonin or norepinephrine by working within the synapse. So those are all the components of a neuron. This crudely drawn neuron is actually an illustration of a motor neuron, one that conveys movement information to muscles in the body. These are also known as efferent neurons, efferent with an E, because they go away. Think exit from the CNS. Not one neuron can function, however, without support. Support comes from glial cells, which consist of oligodendrocytes, astrocytes, and microglial cells. Oligodendrocytes are actually what produce the myelin around axons and facilitate that saltatory conduction. Astrocytes play a role in forming the blood-brain barrier, facilitate neuronal functioning, and respond to injury. Gliosis, in terms of injury, is the process involving the swelling of glial cells in response to injury, during which glial cells surround the damaged tissue and segregate it from the undamaged tissue. Lastly, microglial cells remove cellular waste from the neurons and glial cells, and they also play a role in gliosis. And that's all I've got for you. So please like, subscribe, share, and let me know what you want to see next.